The soundstone that Ness used is gone now. What happened, Ness? You've been unconscious for a long time. He kept saying something. Saturn Valley? What's waiting for us there? Anyway, we need to teleport. Hello everybody, my name is Eerie, and welcome back to Let's Play EarthBound. In the previous video, we conquered Magicant, and in today's video, we are back in Saturn Valley because there is something that we need to do here. You may notice, oh my god, it's Dr. and Donuts, and Apple Kid, and that guy, his name is Frederick. Let's see what these guys have to say. Yeah, the Mr. Saturns are incredible folk, and the Apple Kid, he is the most exceptional young man, very different from other kids. Well, anyway, the prototype phase distorter has been stolen. Someone resembling a pig wearing clothes took Mr. Saturn captive and stole the device. Zoom! Okay, you don't say anything else. Excellent, excellent. Everything proceeded as planned. Dr. Donuts, Mr. Saturn, and I worked together and finally completed the phase distorter. The purpose of the device is to enable instantaneous travel through space and time. In this prototype, it can only travel to two different points within the same time period. It is able, however, to search out the locations of enemies. Right now, it is indicating the presence of enemies in the Lost Underworld. It doesn't work. One thing is missing. But that one material cannot normally be found on the Earth. The material I'm thinking of came from a meteorite that fell when I was much younger. Have you seen a meteorite anywhere recently? No, we haven't seen a meteorite anywhere. So are we just going to wait for a meteorite to suddenly fall from the sky? You haven't seen a meteorite. Think for a minute. Have you seen a meteorite anywhere recently? Okay, yes. Eureka! That's it! With even just a piece of the meteorite, I can synthesize the material. Okay, to be honest, throughout the time that I've been planning out this Let's Play, I've been trying to figure out the official pronunciation of this thing. I could not find anything, so I'm just going to call it the Zigzonyada. How do you pronounce that? I doubt the mortal enemy Gygus or whatever will allow you to go to Onett and get a piece of the meteorite. By now, Onett is in his evil hands, and you must go, though, so take every possible precaution. Mr. Saturns have introduced some of their new developed weapons at their new developments at their shop. Please check them out before you leave. I wonder what Onett is like at this point in time. And we suddenly destroy our burn marks. It's just like Ness and Super Smash Brothers. I'm not sure what will happen, but I sense a big trouble ahead for you. I'm going to stay here for a while and help Mr. Saturn. It's important for a man to enjoy his duty. Okay, I'm going to check out the Mr. Saturn's stores real quick to see what's new. If nothing is interesting, then I'm just going to cut ahead to what we need to do next. Alright, so there really wasn't anything in the Mr. Saturn stores that looked interesting, but I will flash on screen what is available at stores at the moment for you guys to check it out. And of course, all these items will also be in the description below, so yeah, it'll be more convenient for you guys. So what we need to do next is we need to use a PSI teleport to return to Onett. Now, the events that are going to be happening will not trigger until you try to get into the phase distorter, and Dr. Donuts talks about the meteorite that fell on Onett. So if you try getting here before then, everything is just going to look the same as it did before, and everything's just going to be all bright and sunny, and cars are going to be running over people. If we try going inside the buildings, you can hear the knocking sound effect, but we can't go inside any of them. There aren't any enemies in this particular area. There haven't really been enemies in that area for a long time. The thing I don't really understand, though, is if we try going over here, we can't even go inside our own house. Like, did he really have his own key and hit and locked himself in that house? Or something like that? Because if it did, then I'm going to be I'm going to be having second thoughts about buying that house, even though we kind of already bought the house a long time ago. But anyway, yeah, it's all dark and scary and demony and things like that, so, yay, except not yay. Alright, sorry for that sudden cut right there. I just wanted to check over my notes real quick because I was getting a little bit paranoid that there's going to be a picture location around here somewhere. I don't know why I just suddenly thought of that, but there is no picture location here. We're not going to see the last picture for a really long time. And by a really long time, I mean we're probably going to see it in the video after this one, so that's going to be fun. And what's also fun is the fact that we have some new enemies right here. This is the Mechanical Octobot and the Evil Eye. We're going to be, I'm going to go over the Mechanical Octobot now, and we'll go over the Evil Eye a bit later. But because we're probably just going to be seeing these guys over and over again. But I mean, this is the Mechanical Octobot, 768 HP, learn how to read it here, dude. 0 power points, 147 offense, 176 defense, 43 speed, 8 guts, 41,738 experience, $744 to defeat them. Has a 1 chance of dropping a Meteotite, not really useful at this point in the journey. Weaknesses, 100% mortal fire, 50% mortal freeze, 0% flash, 50% paralysis, 50% Brainshock, 10% hypnosis. Attacks, fires a beam, mid-level damage, mysterious electric shield, can cause paralysis, and steals an item, you'll lose an item. So, we can probably just bash this enemy. It's not going to be that big of a deal. What is a big deal, however, is the Evil Eye, because as we're going to talk about when we go over the stats a little bit later in the video, the Evil Eye has the ability to Diamondize party members. So, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about fighting the Evil Eye, because being Diamondized is the most evil— NO! Evil Eye, you're a jerk! Yeah, this is what it looks like to have your party member Diamondized in this game. The really annoying thing is that they're still in your party, they still have HP, they just can't do anything until you cure them. And the really annoying thing is if all of your party members get Diamondized, that's it. It's game over. It is really, really rude. But anyway, I want to go inside here because, well, actually, can one of the healing things cure Diamondize? I don't actually know. Whew, okay. Oh my god, I was really nervous, but luckily we're saved. Yay. Oh, Ness, you finally sold up. There are plenty of creepy monsters running around on it right now. The townspeople are barricaded in their homes, afraid to go out. I'm fine, but I'm a bit scared. Everything would be okay if we just sit here quietly in the dark. Are you hungry? Do you want to eat some steak? Yes. As throughout the rest of the game, this will fully heal your party, so that's pretty fun. We go over here, we're gonna talk to Ness and Dad so that we can get some money and things like that. Even though we don't really need money at this point in the game. Well, we can do for some things, like we're gonna be buying stuff at the end of the episode, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Anywho, let's go back outside and continue on our merry way through our path of glory. There are too many enemies. Magic butterfly! Magic butterfly betrayed me! Alright, so the enemy over here, this is the Ghost of Starman. Again, we'll go over a stat. Well, you know what, I'll go over both of them right now. This is the Ghost of Starman, 750 HP, 462 power points, 152 offense, 170 defense, 46 speed, 43 guts, 48,695 experience, $807 to defeat them. Has an 1 in 120 chance of dropping a Goddess Ribbon, which is a 50% vulnerable fire, 50% vulnerable freeze, 10% flash, 50% paralysis, 10% Brainshock, 50% hypnosis. Attacks PSI Starstorm Alpha, 270 to 450 damage to everybody. Flashes a Menacing Smile, no effect. Has countdown attacks like the 1 clock enemy in Moonside, and after the countdown ends, it will use PSI Starstorm Omega, which does 540 to 900 damage to everybody. And the enemy over here is the Evil Eye, and he's quite possibly the most evil enemy in the world. They have their stats are 720 HP, 400 power points, 141 offense, 162 defense, 38 speed, 25 guts, 46,376 experience, $896 to defeat them. Has an 8 and 1 to 20 chance dropping a Meteotite, which is 25% on fire, 1% on freeze, 10% flash, 10% process, 10% Brainshock, 50% hypnosis. Attacks pass a little of damage. Eerie eyes, Diamondizes a party member, Paralysis Omega, Paralyzes a party member, and Brainshock Omega makes everybody feel strange. What you want to do for fighting these enemies is you want to make sure that your best shield is turned on at the moment. It won't damage the amount of power points you can have because we have a lot of power points at this point in the game. So you're not going to have to worry about that too much. The nice thing is that the PSI Shield will reflect the Starstorm attacks. So the Ghost of Starman is actually a pretty easy enemy if you know what you're doing. When you're reflecting those attacks, the Starstorm does not affect the Evil Eye or anything like that. And it's starting to feel strange, of course. The item that the Ghost of Starman drops, the Goddess Ribbon, I've been debating over whether or not to try to go on my way to find this thing. Because the Goddess Ribbon is the ultimate thing of equipment that Paula can wear that makes her powerful and stuff like that. Magic Butterfly? Magic Butterfly? Where did the Magic Butterfly go? No! He was my only true friend! Rest in peace, Magic Butterfly. How did these enemies stay spawned but the Magic Butterfly disappeared? So while I continue fighting these enemies, I'll continue to talk about the Goddess Ribbon. The Goddess Ribbon is the ultimate thing of equipment that Paula can wear, and I've been debating over whether or not to go out of my way to get this weapon. And the thing I decided was I don't really see the point in getting it because it's going to take a really long time to find it because it has a 1 in 120 chance of appearing. And we're pretty close to the end of the game, and I believe that the equipment that we have right now will be enough to get us to the end of the game. So I think we'll be fine in terms of stats. But I'm just going to let you guys know right now, if you want to have the best equipment in the game, then the Ghost of Starman will drop the Goddess Ribbon. So if we continue onward, well, I guess I almost forgot to mention something about the Ghost of Starman. Like I said earlier, having the PSI sealed up is very useful in dealing with those enemies. It's especially useful because the Ghost of Starman will give you a bit of a warning before it does the PSI Starstorm Omega. So if it's starting to count down, then it gives you plenty of opportunities to get your shield equipped, or at least restore your power points, so that you can heal yourself, so that you can be able to use the attack. Of course. Oh, I did that to everybody. Oh, come on. And Paula's dead now. And we're going to save her. No, that's not gonna do anything. Pooh, you need to save the day. Save. You can't save everybody. Let's save Paula, and Paula will use a freeze against them. Are you kidding me? Let's try this. Okay, didn't work on anybody, that's good. And Paula, you're the true hero of the Eagleland people. You will defeat the Evil Eye. It is your destiny to defeat the pink Mike Wazowski. Yeah, we did it! Oh yeah. And I'm pretty sure we've seen this already, but something I really love is if your party has Paralysis, then their animation is going to be a bit more stiff going through the area. It's pretty funny, and I really like it. What I don't like is the fact that I forgot to heal everybody before coming into this battle, so that's not fun. Alright, everybody was protected by Power Shield. Using Starstorm, and it's reflected back at your face. And I'm describing everything that's going on that screen because that's great commentary. My PSI fires to be able to finish you off. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this. I don't know if I've said this before, but the backgrounds that you see in these for these battles, something really cool is that those backgrounds were, unless I'm mistaken, I may be wrong about this, but something really cool is that those backgrounds were all made by like a single programmer, and it took them a couple years to make them all. So whoever did that, kudos to you. Those backgrounds are really cool. That kind of reminds me of that thing about Batman Arkham Asylum, how one developer worked on Batman's cape for a couple years. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, everybody, I hope you appreciate the fact that I just wasted 60 power points to heal everybody. You better represent it! So a lot of this seems pretty familiar to you all because because at the very beginning of the game we were climbing this area at nighttime. Although the difference is Ness he wasn't quite alone. He had Pokey and King with him. But something interesting is the fact that it may have been possible that at one point in development that Ness would have been able to go into Giant Step at night. Because if you look at the little cutscene that appears at the beginning of the game, if you leave it idle for a little while, this is the footage that I used for the video, where I was asking you guys what was to do during the finale of the Let's Play. At that point, it's nighttime, and it's nighttime in the game, and Ness is by himself in Giant Step, but that's never possible in the game because it's daytime when Ness appears there for the first time, and at this point in the game, he has a full party with him. So it's pretty interesting to see differences like that. There are a couple other differences throughout the game's development that's pretty noticeable, such as the fact that Master Barf or Master Belch or whatever, his colors were different early in development. And the funny thing about that was not a red swirl. And the funny thing about that is that Master Belch's clay model, it's still blue. Like, his green and pink, I think that was pink when we fought him in Deep Darkness. He's green in the Belch base, but he was blue, but his clay model is blue. And speaking of clay models, something else that's kind of worth mentioning is the EarthBound Beginnings clay models, because EarthBound Beginnings, when that game was in development, Nintendo of America had a lot of strict policies about what they would allow in their games. So a lot of the stuff, a lot of the enemy designs had to be censored. Like, some of them were smoking cigarettes and things like that. But the thing is, the clay models, they still replicate the original Japanese versions. I don't remember the exact name off the top of my head, but there's this one enemy. I think his name, what was his name? I think his name, it was like a gang zombie or something like that, but like you could see like bloodstains on a certain Japanese version, but that was censored in the North American version, but it's still there in the clay model. I guess one more thing that I could discuss real quick before we return to Saturn Valley is the Magic Butterfly enemy. Not Magic Butterfly enemy, is the Magic Butterflies. Because there is an unused version of the Magic Butterfly in the game's coding that suggests that the Magic Butterfly was originally intended to be an enemy that you'd encounter in the overworld before it became a thing to restore power points and to make my voice all high-pitched and feminine, things like that. So that makes me wonder, like, what the stats for the Magic Butterfly were going to be, because there's no data in the coding for the game left over for what its stats would have been. There isn't. We already went over the one leftover enemy that never appeared in the game's that never appeared in the final game. So it's pretty interesting to think that maybe it wasn't originally supposed to be an enemy at all. Maybe it was just a very, very early idea that just happened to be left over in development or whatever. Because the reason why developers leave leftovers in the game's files is because if they try deleting them outright, Magic Butterfly! Is because if they try leaving them if they try deleting them outright, then it could cause potential bugs in other parts of the game, just simply because of the way coding works for video games. So now that we've done all that, let's use the PSI teleport to go to Saturn Valley. But before we do that, I'm just gonna let you guys know right now, there's a cutscene that's gonna be coming up real quick, that's gonna be the point of no return. So after this next cutscene, we would never be able to come back here. Kind of. But, so, I'm gonna go across the world of EarthBound real quick to go get some items. They're gonna be very helpful for our journey, for wherever we're gonna be going next. Alright, I was thinking long and hard about this while I was looking through my notes, and I decided, you know what, we're probably not going to do it, but I want to get the Picky Jelly, because first of all, Picky Jellies is fun to say, and it restores 300 HP to anybody, so even though we're probably going to end up using power points, or PSI abilities, or whatever to heal us in this next area, I want to buy the Picky Jelly anyway, just for the sake of having it, because Picky Jelly is like the most fun thing to say ever. It's like, Picky Jelly, Picky Jelly, Picky Jelly. Alright, this is the point of no return. Make sure you have everything that you want before talking to these people. I already got everything, so let's go. If only I had a piece of the meteor, right? I might be able to extract some blah blah blah. Again, I have no idea how you're supposed to pronounce that. But anyway, we have these blah blah blah, so... Wait, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Oh yes, this is fantastic! What? Well, I've never actually seen this incredibly rare element before. It is very intriguing. Alright, leave everything to us and you get some rest. This is getting fascinating. Okay, so I was a little bit wrong. You do have a little bit of time before the point of no return. Do you want slumber? KO! So you're gonna need to have your party rest before going to this area, which is honestly not a bad idea, because then your party will be fully healed before going to the next area. Finally, it's complete. The Phase Disorder version 2 is equipped with 2 new features. First, it can repair your biological functions. Second, it can save your progress. Don't be afraid to get in. There's this one thing though. You might not be able to return, so make sure you are optimally outfitted. Are you ready to go? Yes. Even if you're not 100% perfectly, completely ready, well, you should be as prepared as possible. It would be for the best. Without careful preparation, you would be in big trouble. I just want to make sure you're ready. Let me know when your preparations are complete. Good. At last, the time has come. Are you ready? Yes. Remember, the Phase Disorder version 2 is equipped with 2 new features. Yes, we already saw that. So, we have seen this cave already before. Hello, Mr. Baldman. Greetings, so you're finally here. Excellent, you are truly excellent. There's only a little time left. I'll give you the last power. I must go on. Pooh became conscious of PSI Starstorm Omega. That was the last PSI move in the entire game. And quite honestly, it is probably the most anticlimactic way to get it, because we're like, hello, I'm giving you a new PSI ability. Oh, bye! Yeah, that's pretty much what it was like. But PSI Starstorm Omega is pretty cool. The exact stats will be in the description below if you want to check that out. It's probably a good idea because I work hard on those descriptions and nobody ever reads them. I'm just kidding. We have Mr. Saturn right here we can talk to. Kidnapped. I was boing. Kidnapper. Bad guy gone. Zoom. Where to the past? Ding ding. So it looks like there's nothing we can do right here. Oh well, we tried. That ledge on the top right corner, we've been there before. The cave in the Lost Underworld that we went through in the previous video. Not the previous video, a couple of videos back, and had the exact same music. This is that same exact cave. The phase disorder has been completed. We could finish it quickly because of Mr. Saturn's incredible scientific skill. Gygas is attacking from our exact location, but he's attacking from many years in the past. This is very hard for me to tell you, but I must warp to the past and fight, but we here too. Boing! Yeah, I already talked to you. Kidnapped, I was boing! Yeah, you already said that. I like how the destroyed phase sort of looks. It looks really cool. In order to defeat Gygas, who is attacking from the past, you must warp to the past. This can be done by the way of the Phases Sword of 3. However, the machine cannot warp living things, I mean life forms. Life is demolished in the process of warping. The only way to accomplish the time travel is to transfer your brain program into a robot and send the robot to the past. The transfer means that your spirit will go with the body and for the robot while your body is left behind. I cannot promise that your spirit will come back after the battle in the past. Yet you must understand that the four of you are the chosen ones. Do you still wish to face Gygas by traveling to the past? You accept this while knowing that you may not be able to return to your current form. Yes, I see. You have already set your mind on this. Let me take a good look at you now. Ness, please give me that red cap. Ready? Stand by. Ness, Paula, Pooh, Jeff, my son. There's no turning back now. Ness, activate the PSI Ness, activate the Phases Sword of 3 by your own hand, thereby following your own destiny. Will you do so? Only a few people know of your amazing courage, but the number of people you save through their bravery is immense. I feel very fortunate to be present at the beginning of this monumental undertaking.